This Christmas, these Girl Guides in Paris are hoping to bring some happiness to children less fortunate than them.
All right, well done.
They know that Christmas should be a time of love, of giving and receiving. But for many orphans and disadvantaged children throughout Europe, being able to open a gift on Christmas Day is merely a dream. Love in a Box, a ministry of the American Cathedral in Paris, is committed to changing that sad reality. For more than a decade, this ministry has helped to put a smile on the faces of children who often have very little to smile about. In the weeks leading up to Christmas, several packing shifts are organised with Boy Scouts, Girl Guides and volunteers from local schools, loading some 3,000 boxes and backpacks with practical gifts, a few fun items and of course some candy. Judy Nicault, one of the coordinators for Love in a Box, makes sure the operation runs like clockwork.
Okay, this time we're going to do the girls which are just a little bit older, 8 and 9, and we're going to do backpacks instead of boxes because the backpack makes a gift for them as well. We're going to need 11 volunteers around the table. If you didn't do it last time, who didn't do it last time? It's all about kids giving to kids. And this is not only fun for them, but it's educational as well, because they realize, you know, I've got so much and I can give a toy or something to another child that's in need. So that's really the heart of the project.
It's beautifully organized. The leaders here are incredible. You take a shoebox, you put wrapping paper on it so it looks good, you make it look nice, and then there's a list of what to put in it. There's some very practical things like toothbrushes, toothpaste, washcloth, and then fun things, toys and so forth. And they make sure that every one of those 2,850 boxes has everything it's supposed to have. It's quite the project. It takes well over a month and well worth it, well worth it.
Each year, Didier Chastagnier from the Salvation Army drives the 12-hour round trip from Strasbourg to Paris and parks his van outside the American Cathedral on the first Sunday in Advent.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
At the end of the service, the choir and congregation take a present and process out of the cathedral to Didier's van, where the boxes are loaded, ready for distribution.
Thank you.
God is anywhere where you're giving out, where you're giving back, but we are all given gifts. And it's our calling to share those gifts with other people, both the material gifts as well as our talents. And as we say here, time, talent, and treasure, it all comes from the gospel. It all comes from what God has taught us to do.
Thank you.
This project started out with about 700 boxes. It's grown to the point where we now give approximately 3,000 boxes each year. And it's become not only an American Cathedral in Paris project, it's a community-wide project. So that is also part of God's calling, is to create those connections, those links between people of different faiths, different social classes, different races, different callings. And that's what this project does.
For Episcopal News Service, I'm Matthew Davis.